Hey y'all, it's Day. So I'm going to be doing a reading for us today using the Somnia Tarot. Love this deck. Very excited for this reading. I've been wanting to do for the last couple of days. As always, if this message resonates with you, like the video so I know that the message was received. If you're wanting to learn more about my readings, you can visit the website in the comment section below. And if you would like to contribute to my readings, you can do so by um, visiting my Amazon Wish store. You can also send me love through Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and of course just engaging or interacting with my content as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I do want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, this reading could get interrupted at any time because I may get a call. If so, I'll just pick back up. First thing I'm hearing is commercial vehicle. For me as a reader, that means someone having the ability or and opportunity to move from one stage of their life to the next. So that's definitely like upgrading, elevating type of energy, timeline, jumping type of energy. There is this hint of anticipatory feeling here. Almost feel like we're waiting for something. So it's giving me this energy of like, sometimes I get these track analogies because I ran track, but so basically being in the block. So leading up to this point, you've been preparing, practicing, and all of that. Now we're actually at the start of the race. People are in their blocks and they're waiting for the signal I'm hearing. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so under the deck, undercurrent energy is temperance. I'm hearing the word radical as well. So you may be perceived as a radical, or your opinions or your perception, or even the fact that you're doing what you're doing or going after what you're going after, it is or can be perceived by the people around you as radical. Like people are feeling like, wow, this person is really going for this, or wow, this person really has audacity, or wow, think really big. I can't even perceive what they're going for or why they feel like they can go for that or why they feel like there's something there in regards to the journey that they're embarking on. Top left of the spread, we have the Ten of Cups. So this is reiterating the fact that you have dreams, wishes, goals, and desires, things that you feel the need to play out or that you want to play out within yourself, experiences that you're wanting to have that aren't really resonating with other people because it's very personal to you. With the Ten of Cups, like it's tied to your own personal emotions. So maybe you're the only one feeling this way, and others are kind of intrigued and taken back by the fact that you have this, and they don't relate to it. So I'm kind of getting this energy of someone's just like, "Ooh, I want to own this," or "I want to have that," or I, I'm wanting to play with this idea and create this experience, and others feeling a little bit detached by it just for the pure fact that they don't see how it could happen, why it could happen, how, like, they're wanting to know the source of your audacity. Like, why do you even think that that is possible? Um, I see some people kind of like venturing into this emotion that is like they're trending, being offended by the fact that you can hold this vision as well. Then on the right of this Ten of Cups, we have the Strength card, and this is definitely specific to you, but also reiterating why people are kind of like trending offended by the fact that you feel like you can have this experience, or the fact that you're reaching for this experience, or that you've gone after it. So I'm also getting the imagery of somebody being in a group of 5, and now they are like, it's almost like they're being perceived as being distracted. So now I'm being reminded of like Michael Jackson and how like either he realized or the people, the audience realized like, hey, you could be big all on your own. And that person kind of like looking up at the stars and then slowly making the motion to, I'm going to go on my own adventure, or I'm intrigued by something and I feel the instinct to follow it. But the strength is coming out because it's requiring strength from the person that is perceiving you or watching you or viewing you to be able to stomach seeing or realizing someone going for their dreams, and that from their perspective it's not really possible. They never even really entertained the fact that you could do that, but also there is this primal aspect of themselves that also has to admit that even though they don't feel like you should have these big dreams, goals, wishes, and desires, that there's also an aspect of themselves that wants to know if it's possible as well, or haven't really taken the time to face the fact that whatever dreams, goals, wishes, and desires that they have for themselves may need to be discovered as well, but they don't believe in themselves just yet, or they haven't really exercised that muscle of believing in themselves. So it's kind of like they know on some level, some soul level, that it's this energy of like, go for your dreams too, and they're like, they don't know where to start. Like, it's almost like through your actions you're telling them to go for their dreams as well, but they really just want to focus on like, wow, you have the audacity to do that. Like, what makes you feel like you can do that or you should do that? But through your actions it brings awareness to them that like, you can do it too, or you should do it too. Like, go for after what you want to do. And the whole reason why that is triggering for them is because they're reluctant to realize that them not going for their own dreams, wishes, hopes, desires, and callings is a choice. but they don't want to admit that it's a choice, that they're not going for their dreams. So that's why their dreams, that is the Ten of Cups, and the strength required to embark on that journey, hence commercial vehicle. Someone having the opportunity or the capability to go after their dreams, wishes, hopes, and desires, not being exercised. So that's what we have at the top left of the spread. Underneath this Ten of Cups, we have the Ten of Coins. People are sitting on their potential. People are sitting on their skills. People are sitting on their spiritual inventory or their spiritual revenue that we all have and have the ability to tap into. But a lot of people are not, and you are. And it's kind of like, I was reading, I recommend Water Star Vibes. She really helps people tap into and get into their creative and um, imaginary realm, where they can think of things in a new perspective and understand where things really are. She talked about this concept one time. The video's privated now. She changed or uploaded her content, but there was this one reading where she was talking about, like, you, whoever this reading is for, like, you've kind of like you started checking out like your skills, your abilities. You started moving around and like really testing your skills, really testing your will, testing your mindset, and how people watching other people, like this person didn't know that they could fly, or they didn't know they had this ability, but they found it out and then they had the courage to exercise it and use it. And people are watching this person fly, and now they're like, they start pushing buttons. They like, wait, hold up. Like, if they got that, like, what does that mean for me? So I see other people like kind of in denial and not wanting to. Like, first, there's like a process. Like, you heard of the 5 stages of grief. First, it's like people will look at you like, what makes you do that? Because they haven't yet thought that big, or they haven't yet acknowledged their own calling or their own desires within themselves. And then after seeing you do it, and then they're looking at how other people are reacting to you, maybe, or they're just like in awe of the fact that you can do that. Like, I always have this thing of like, for all we know, we could fly, but the whole human race has not flown before because they haven't seen it done yet. And I don't mean like flying in a plane, I mean like our physical bodies. And that is like, um just an idea that I have, like, not not necessarily literally, but then at the same time, yeah, maybe literally, because I feel like a lot of times people are followers and they don't think to explore certain things or exercise certain abilities that they have, just because of the fact that it's not common or they haven't seen it replicated before. A lot of what we are meant to do or can do or desires in regards to this reading and life, we don't, maybe there's not a job application for what you're meant to do. Maybe there's not a show that has been done or written, or a novel that has been written for what you want to write. But that's not a reason for us not to do it just because we haven't seen it done before. Perhaps you are the first one to be seen doing it. So I like us all to entertain this idea that maybe we're the first to bring something about, bring something out, explore something, and just not allow the fact that something hasn't been done before or seen before or experienced before to be the reason why we don't explore something or do something or reach for something. So that's the energy of this reading. But yeah, with the King of Coins coming out directly underneath the Ten of Cups, spiritual team is saying that we have a spiritual reservoir, an abundance that we're meant to experience. Um, we are tapping into it by answering the call or embarking on this journey or following our desires. Um, Soon to develop. Underneath the strength card, we have quite a few cards. So these are the things that are going to be required, and these are the things that are why it's triggering other people that are like, oh, why does she feel like she can dance? Why does she feel like she can just go on this show? I'm hearing SNL. Like, why does she feel like maybe you or someone shared or someone found out that one of your dreams is to be on a nighttime show or be on SNL or participate in it, or just really big dreams that they're just like nobody from our city or from our town has been on the show. What makes you feel like you can or you should? But also it's just like without you even saying it, just through your actions and them witnessing you, it begs the question, why don't you go for your dreams? Hold on, I need to cough. Let me mute. Your actions point the finger back at the person judging, saying like, you're not chained, go for your dream. And it's almost like people are being given a permission slip through witnessing you to do what they want to do, put their energy into that rather than projecting onto you. So with the strength card coming out, and underneath the strength card we have the hermit card. This is acknowledging that strength is required. So people are having to realize and acknowledge that, oh, you're really brave, oh, you're really strong, that it takes strength to go after your dreams. So it's kind of like people want to discount you so bad, and then with your actions, their spiritual team, they're being made privy to the fact that they can go for their dreams as well, and that that is a choice, that the fact that they're not going for their dreams, and then and if they were to entertain the idea of going for their dreams, nonetheless actually take actual steps towards going to their dreams, how much courage that actually takes. So Kendrick Lamar is very a hot topic right now. So it's kind of like everybody that's hating on him type of energy, whether you resonate with his music or not, like there is this energy of understanding the audacity, understanding the strength required, understanding the courage required. Even if you don't resonate with it, there is this knowing, this realization that people are having, that even if I do feel like I'm just as skilled as Kendrick Lamar, um, there's a certain level of courage required to even doing that. So there are people that are just as skilled or even more skilled than Kendrick Lamar, but it's not just one element. It's not just the fact that this person has cultivated their skill. It's the courage that they carry with them, the knowingness that they have held deep to their heart, that they believed in themselves enough to actually follow suit, or to go after, to reach for, um, to embody, like you know, just being able to move through those emotions. So I see people that are hating secretly, trying to imagine themselves doing the same thing, and they're just like, it's too cringe, it's too cringe, it's too cringe. So a lot of people are realizing that they have a lot of work to do, and for whoever this reading is for, you've already went through all these stages, hence the hermit card, because doing these things requires you to look in the mirror. It requires you to face yourself, and that's the part that a lot of people don't realize when they decide to hate on you. So, yes. So, yeah. It's like people realizing, like, you can't, but then realizing that they can't. It's like first they hate on you, then they discredit and discount you, then they secretly try to do what you do and realize how far the distant in character is. It's like the 5 stages of grief over here. That's wild. Okay. Hmm. Um, then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yes. So all of these cards, the next 7 cards that are coming out are all coming out underneath this Strength cards. The next thing that's coming out is the Queen of Cups in reverse next to this Hermit card. So with the Queen of Cups, this is referencing these people that are maybe judging or projecting you. And I think spiritual team is wanting us to be aware of the distance that we have created between ourselves and the haters. So if like self-doubt is coming through or you're dealing with other people's projections, to understand how far you are away from these people, the fact that they feel the need to project on you, and what they have to. I'm hearing feet, like I forgot the context that feet is used, but it's like the feet, like the accomplishment that you have made are so high or in such a distance from these people that are judging you, that they a spiritual team wants you to realize that they're realizing this, and they also want you to realize it for yourself when you ever even begin to have self-doubt. So the Queen of Cups is a kind of like degenerative feeling or emotion that these people are having, and realizing you still deciding to go for your dreams despite their attempts to slow you down by kind of like, say you shared this big dream, you want to have a mansion, you want to have this business, you want to have this whatever, you want to go on this show, you want to be this person, and people are wanting to be like, bring you back down your thoughts, like, you think you can do that, you think that you deserve that, you think that basically that type of energy. But then also within themselves, they actually want it too, which is why spiritual team is bringing to our attention that they have brought to this person's attention, like, and that you have also brought through your actions to their attention, you could do it too. And then when they try to do it, they're just like, they want to go for this thing, but they really don't have they haven't cultivated the characteristics required to go for it. So check engine light is on for them, basically. So someone has gone cross country or is in the process of going across country, and other people are like, you can't do that. But then they're like trying to go to their car and start the engine, and they're realizing they need a new alternator. They need to get gas in the car. They still need to get their wheels rotated. The 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 axle, what is it called? The axle or is off, the alignment is off or something like that as well. Like there's not just one thing, it's multiple things that they need to actually check and possibly replace and look at before they can even really just get on the road, before they can even leave their driveway. So our spiritual team, your spiritual team, is letting you know that they're your spiritual team wants you to understand the distance between you and other people, and they're also bringing to their awareness this other people that are trying to bring you down, the distance between you and them as well. So you have already begun your journey cross country, and they're trying to start their engine and see what they're working with in the first place. Okay. But with the Queen of Cups, it's kind of like them admitting to themselves that they have these deeper emotions. The Queen of Cups, is emotional. She has dreams, goals, wishes, hopes, and desires, but she doesn't really know what to do with them yet. Um, then we have the Hierophant. I'm not the Hierophant, the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess here, and it's coming out in reverse. So this is also reiterating how these people are feeling. They feel destabilized by the fact that you're going for your dreams and they haven't even begun the journey yet, or they've neglected character. So character is something that you can build for yourself that nobody else can take away from you, and people are realizing that they are behind in character. They haven't even begun to cultivate um, the um, the character required to hold what you hold. So a lot of, for example, going back to the Kendrick Lamar, there's a lot of good rappers out there. There's a lot of great rappers out there. There may even be rappers that are greater than Kendrick Lamar, or I'm sure that there is. But Spiritual Team is saying that there's other aspect of being great. So it's that energy of like hard work beats talent. If talent isn't working hard, it's that type of energy. There's a certain other elements of your character that needs to be cultivated for them to actually run that race. Um, and this brings me back to this ideology that I have of people that want to steal people's crowns. So you may have seen, I seen a video of this guy went up to DC Young Fly and kind of caught him off guard and started just roasting him, roasting him, roasting him. And people in the comment section was like, dang, like that person got on DC Young Fly's ass. And in my opinion, the DC Young Fly, like where he messed up was this person caught him off guard, and understandably so, DC Young Fly, like he can roast too, so he engaged him. But DC Young Fly has went through things that this person hasn't went through, which is that he allowed this person to steal his crown, to steal his joy or his shine for that moment by even entertaining him. When the guy started roasting him, and he realized that he couldn't really keep up with his roast. That's why DC Young Fly got roasted. But there's a lot of people that will want to skip the journey. They'll want to skip the character building that you have went through, and they'll try to steal your crown. Same thing with the not RuPaul. What's it? Jake Paul versus versus what's his name? The older dude, Mike Tyson. Um, you have people that they haven't went through what you went through. They haven't cultivated the the character that you've cultivated. He hasn't even been in the business, in the industry nearly as long as him, that will want to steal your crown. They'll skip everyone else. They haven't fought all the people that you have fought. They haven't went through all the obstacles that you want. They just want to skip to you. So you have to be mindful of your discernment and your crown. That know that they have what's it called? I don't know all the terminology, but it's like there's certain like weight, like you have to be a certain weight to fight this person, or you have to have this rank to fight this person. Like it's an honor to fight that person. So in my opinion, I feel like Mike Tyson should have never even entertained Jake Paul. That might be an ego piece that he felt the need to do that. But I feel like that's something that he should have never done, just because of the what he's been through. So be weary, be mindful of entertain people that are not even on your level in the first place. So say there's somebody, we're going back to this example of someone is trying to, they're like, first they hate on you, then they try to discourage you, then they secretly go back to their own car, metaphorical car, and they try to turn it, their imagination, they try to turn it on, and they realize that they have all these check engine lights. Um, have the discernment to know that they're not even on your level to even really compete with you in the first place. And that's why spiritual team is saying, like, don't let self doubt, these distractions that are coming through in the form of other people's projections or limiting thoughts that they try to project on you, to slow you down or trip you up. Um, so that's like, I'm getting like race car driver. They have invested all this time, energy, and effort in learning the skills on how to drive this vehicle, and they've also invested a lot of high quality material into this vehicle in order to race that fast. So that's like somebody with a car that's not on anywhere in that rank. And it's not a NASCAR, it doesn't have NASCAR parts. And they're trying to basically fuck with you. They're trying to be on your level and they can't. So being able to identify that is going to be very, very important. Okay. So then we have the Eight of Cups, which is coming out upright. Remember, these are all coming out underneath the Strength card. Ooh, so people are really feeling some type of way because first they tried to discourage you, secretly went back to their own lab and see what have they built for themselves. So going back to the Kendrick Lamar thing, a lot of rappers are inspired by Kendrick Lamar right now. I'm more so focusing on the ones that are really like not on his side. Not that anybody has to listening. This is just purely for it's like whether or not you resonate with him, Kendrick Lamar is has been chosen. Even if he doesn't even get to actually perform at the Super Bowl, it's just the fact that he was chosen that by someone that someone felt like he was worthy of performing at the Super Bowl. That type of energy, whether or not you feel like they actually deserve it. These people are feeling, I'm hearing disgruntled. They're feeling like some type of way about themselves that these rappers that are inspired by Kendrick Lamar or want to get at Kendrick Lamar or want to be on his level, they are having a dark night of the soul type of thing because they're realizing that they haven't been doing the work. So, this is the energy. Someone goes viral. I'm using viral metaphorically. Someone goes viral for being ready, basically. Someone is getting an opportunity because they're ready, and you might say, like, you might want to nitpick. Well, they don't have this or they don't have that, or their website is not that great, but it's like you failed to like have a website for yourself, and just the sheer fact that you haven't set up a website for yourself or set up a platform for yourself to receive, like, say like you're mad, someone's mad that someone is getting donations or contributions, or like they feel like all these people are sending these people money, this person money, and now this person is a thousandaire. So this person is receiving thousands of dollars, and you feel like they shouldn't be receiving thousands of dollars, but it's like you don't even if somebody wanted to send you thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, millions of dollars, even if people wanted to, you don't even have the capacity to receive that. And that's coming in the form of you don't even have your website. You don't even have your website created. You don't even have your Cash App set up. You don't even have your bank statements like set up. Like you don't even have your things in line. So it's like I'm getting someone complaining about why someone shouldn't be giving something to someone else, or why someone shouldn't be receiving something from someone else. Meanwhile, like the commotion that they're creating, because I'm seeing a scenario where someone is actively trying to discourage the people that are giving to this other person, and they got one person willing to give them something, and they're not even equipped to receive it. How embarrassing is that? So you've managed to discourage all these people, and then you get somebody who's like, "Oh, well, like what do you have going on?" And not even in a sarcastic way. It's just like they take interest in you just because you're talking all this shit. They take you talking all this cash money shit, and they actually take genuine interest in you, and you don't even have a means for them to send you anything. And there's this regret that you haven't done the work, or this person hasn't done the work that they were already called to do a while ago. And that's interesting that this concept is coming up, because I think 2 readings ago we talked about, spiritual team um, was telling us to set up that website, to set up that to get your passport, to renew your ID. And there was this energy of someone being presented an opportunity that they were not expecting, because they set the intention out a while ago, and now it was like this energy of out the blue, like someone was planning to uh move locations, like move somewhere else, but they were projecting and they were saving money to do that, and they were projecting that they would be able to do that by March of 2025. And lo and behold, their uncle hit them up randomly and say, "Hey, I'm actually going to California. I'll be headed to California um, next week." And for some people, it was the next day. And didn't you mention something about you want to go through California? Yeah, well, I'm gonna be headed through there. If you want me to drop you off, I can. And that person, like, scrambling and like calling their people and being like, "Hey, like, so and so says they can bring me by this time," and having this whole conversation. So other people in that reading, um, it was bringing up the fact, spiritual team was saying, like, get your stuff in order. So there was a scenario of people being ready and being in a position to entertain that idea, and they called their person, their family member or friend, and their family member was like, "We were just saying that we wanted to start it having cookouts every Friday, and since you coming, like," and like they started feeding this idea, because this person was calling for advice, like, "Do you I wasn't planning on coming until March 2025, like I wasn't prepared, but like, do you think it could work?" And this person's like, girl, like, yes, like we had just said." So there's like this energetic energy of like someone's help adding fuel to your fire, and creating a space for you. But in this scenario, since we had this reading literally like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so for whoever that reading was for, I hope you caught it. I hope you caught it. I hope you did what you needed to do, because I'm seeing someone not foreseeing that they would be presented this blessing and not being able to catch the ride. So yeah, so uncle's like, "Yeah, I'm doing this," but you failed to get your ID renewed. You failed to get your driver license renewed, and because of that, you can't catch this free ride. So the example that was coming through was like, another example or scenario that was coming through is like, someone paid for your Greyhound, but you can't even take advantage of this free ride because you didn't get your ID renewed. You didn't get your paperwork in order. And that was something that you were already, like, you've been knowing that you needed to do. So, um, there is this scripture, I forgot about it, but it talked about like how someone is not able even to contain the blessings that are falling on them because they were not prepared for them. So back to Kendrick Lamar, this energy of like someone feels like they should be on stage. Well, I guess we can use Lil Wayne as an example. Someone is like they feel like I should be, and on some level maybe they're right. Like I said, like Kendrick Lamar is not the only talented rap person, rapper, but there's other things people don't understand when they try to take the crown off your head. They don't understand that there's other characteristics required to do that. Someone else feels like they should be chosen in the Super Bowl, but in reality they would have choked, or they would have forgot their lines, or they would have not known how to navigate a certain situation that Kendrick Lamar will have to deal with in his preparation to his performance. So say, something glitchy, always happens in these industries when you're a performer, where you have to improvise last minute, or you can't allow something that is coming through in the form of a distraction. Like you, whoever this person this reading is for, you've already cultivated the character to deal with um someone not being helpful, or something not following through, or tough crowd. There's this energy of like there's a tough crowd. Can you walk through it anyway? Can you finish out your performance anyway? Can you um, get through this? Can you get through this thing that's outside of it's outside of what is expected, the character that's required. So back to the DC Young Fly, this person, aside from the fact that like when you roast someone, it's supposed to be like off the fly. The fact that this person like bombarded DC Young Fly, like he already had the advantage or the jump. Like of course, like this shit is probably premeditated anyway. That you're roasting him like this, but he hasn't done what DC has done. He hasn't had the life experiences that DC has done. He hasn't ate the meals that DC Fly has eaten. Yet he wants to jump ahead all of that and take his shine, take his glory. And so there's a lot of people like that. And spiritual team is saying like discernment is important for the person this reading is for, but also they're trying to like help you understand that by bringing to our attention what the people that are hating on us is having to face as well. And this is all being triggered through your actions. The mere action, the mere audacity that you have going for your dreams brings this to their awareness. Period. So yeah, people are feeling some type of way about the fact that they really want to focus on the fact that you don't deserve it, but they're having to face the fact that they're unprepared. They're not even prepared to receive it, even if someone was willing to send them thousands of dollars. They're having to face the fact that they haven't even put in the work or prepared properly to receive. Um, so it's like, I'm also getting, since we're on this entertainment thing, sorry if this meditation thing is distracting for you guys. It's distracting for me a little, so I'm gonna go to the next song. So another scenario that's coming up is like, in regards to like rappers, like someone's like, oh, I'm a way better, I'm more lyrical than, this person. Like I've like I'm respected here, and even I see this person has other people that agree with them, and like I said, on some level they may be right. They may be more skillful, or they may have this really powerful aspect of themselves or their craft that is like, wow, you can be or you could be. And then I'm seeing someone like offering someone a venue or offering someone like, hey, I'm seeing another rapper that's hating on another rapper, like being presented opportunity, like, hey, yeah, I heard about you, and I want to like extend this opportunity to you. Like, will you come to my venue and perform this? And there's something that is preventing them from being able to actually go to this opportunity, go to this spot, this venue, and perform. And it's related to something that they should have done that they haven't done. So I'm getting like this person that's calling them and saying like, hey, can you come to the venue and perform? And it's like, damn, any other time, like, this is my big break. Any other time, they're like, dang, I would have this like locked in, but like my car broke down, or like my car's not running, or I haven't saved any money to like make this travel to this place. Like Steve Harvey had talked about at one point, he cried because he was offered an opportunity to go to this venue, but he didn't have the money to get there. But his story didn't stop there, because just like literally an hour later, he was given an opportunity to do a gig at this place that was actually local, and then he did that gig, and he actually did so well that the person that owned that space canceled the person that was supposed to do another show the following day. He said, you did so good at that I'm gonna cancel this person and let you perform in their place. And that was how Steve Harvey had the opportunity to actually travel to the original place that triggered it all. Like, I hope you guys understood that, or that I explained that enough. So it was like a chain of events. Had he had not been practicing his lines or build up enough courage to actually perform to the level that he was supposed to, that would make the person who asked him to perform at that venue cancel a whole show after that. Like, say he did it and he flopped, or he did it but it wasn't, I mean, it was all right, it was bearable, but it wasn't like the best. Say he didn't build up that character and performed in that way that that person did it, he would have not have collected enough money to take this job that he really wanted. So that energy is happening. That is pure character. That is the defining thing that separates people from other people. So when people say like, I'm more beautiful than that person, like, I'm getting model energy, like, you know how models are supposed to be really tall, and then I'm seeing someone shorter than them getting their position just because maybe this person's like the work ethic, they walk better, they're more charismatic, but that has been cultivated. And that's what our spiritual team wants us to understand, that our character has been cultivated. It always accounts for something, and that is what separates us from the other person. So it's like, while other people will be like, you don't deserve it, or someone else deserve it more than you, but do they really? Because can they navigate all the obstacles that come with this accomplishment, with this opportunity? Because with opportunities, even when we have a blessing, like people have been talking about, um, people have been talking about when you gift someone a home, the responsibilities that come with it. It's not just one thing that, like, people are thinking about, like, oh, I wish I was blessed with a home, I wish I was lucky enough to win the lottery, but they don't understand what all comes with that. And they're also not and because of that, they're also not prepared for what comes with that. Like, paying property taxes or whatever else comes with having a home, the maintenance that comes with a home. So other people are in their feelings about a blessing, a divine blessing or opportunity that you're being presented, whoever this reading is for, but they don't even realize, well, they didn't realize at first, but then spiritual team is bringing to their attention, or they've harped about it, they've talked shit about it so much to other people. Like I said, they actually got a crowd of people that are wanting to invest in you, and then they actually turned someone around. They brought attention to themselves by saying like, oh, all this, like this person doesn't deserve this person shouldn't be that, I should be this, and then the person actually entertained them, and then they were then they look stupid because, oh, like, do you have a business card? Nope. Is there a website that I can visit to learn more about you? Nope. Oh, yeah, I have this venue. Do you think you can make it? Let me check and see if, let me get back with you. And you have to, and this person has to call this person and tell them that they can't even do it. What you mean you can't make it? You just got through telling me why, why this person doesn't deserve it and why. Yeah, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, like I can't do it. So now this person is having to admit that they can't do it. How embarrassing. Also getting this analogy of someone doing hair. Someone is hating on someone else that does hair for getting an opportunity, or even it's either they got an opportunity or like people are fanning over them. Other people are fanning on like, oh, I want this person to do my hair. Oh, I want this person to do my hair. And then it's just like, man, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. I don't even know why. And then the other clients are like, there's a couple of clients that are like, I really wanted to get booked with this person, but like if you can do that and you're a little bit cheaper, or if you can do that and like I'll settle for to get this for now, even though I really wanted this person to do it. And it's like, okay, so when can I book you? When can I book you and how can I book you? But like this person they haven't even got their home, like even if they don't have a shop, they haven't even got their home space together. So spiritual team is like, what you really needed to be doing was setting up your home space. Like, cause I told you 2 months ago to declutter your house, but you chose not to. You could have made a whole workspace, but you didn't. And so now you got five clients that is ready to hand you cash, and you haven't even set up your Cash App. Sad. You haven't even set up your PayPal, huh? You only accept cash. Like it's something like they're trying to make it work. Like, yeah, I could do it, but I only accept cash. And something about their unpreparedness, I don't know if that's where, something about them being unprepared relating to their character, the work ethic that they have, the lack of work ethic that they have put into their skill, talent. um would love to do their hair in your house, but haven't cultivated, haven't done what I needed to do. That's what the whole thing is. These people haven't done what they needed to do to even receive the blessing to begin with. And spiritual team is bringing that to their attention. Period. Glorilla said, they said they don't fuck with me, but I said they can't fuck with me. Cardi said, who said that you could? Bitch, you say you can't fuck with me? Who said that you could? And spiritual team is like wanting you to get in that energy. So these are all coming out under the strength card. We have the star card. Bitch, who said that you could? Who said that you could? The star card. Yeah, so I'm hearing the word kept. You're kept. Spiritual team wants us to know that you're kept. that you're guided, that you, nothing, all the time, energy, and effort that you've put into your craft, your skill, your goals, preparing, creating space for the things that you actually wanted. That's why manifestation is a thing. Why, that's why there is this drawn out time period between the time that we set our intention or we ask for stuff and the time that it actually comes in. Spiritual team, like, be really, the spiritual team really be sparing us by not answering our dreams, wishes, hopes, and desires. They be sparing us because they know that we're not prepared. They know that we're not prepared to handle the things that we're asking for. And there's this energy of like how a blessing could quickly become a nightmare in our unpreparedness. Like, you're asking for something that you're not prepared for, that can quickly become a problem, a headache, a nuisance. So spiritual team is saying that we're kept with this star card because, like, us taking steps towards our dreams, goals, wishes, hopes, desires, and our callings, when our spiritual team call us to do things, you know, you didn't know how things were gonna come together, but you built that website anyway. You started to, you know, add on to things. Even if you stormed an idea, you wrote it down. You haven't touched it for 3 months, but now you're being presented an opportunity, like someone actually ask you, like, hey, like, what are your thoughts on this? Imagine someone asking you what your thoughts on this, and you never brainstormed, you never wrote down your ideas 2 or 3 months ago. So now you don't even have the capacity to articulate what your thoughts, opinions, and ideas are. But at the same time, you've been talking your shit about why everybody else doesn't deserve it. You put more energy into talking shit about other people and less energy into cultivating the ability to articulate your own argument, your own stance. How sad. How sad. So yeah, I'm getting that energy of people like, well, what do you think? What do you think we should do about this? And it's somebody with authority and power that could actually make it happen. They have a wad of money, and they're like, what about you? They have the money in hand that they can give you, and you can see it. And you have not cultivated the skills to be able to convince them to put it in your hand. And I see this person leaving like, okay. Oh, okay. Like, they were literally willing to give it to you, and they put it back in their pocket. So there's this energy with the star card of spiritual team, like, is keeping you, that you're protected, that the environment around you is blessed. um, so we talked about tolerance, and improvisation, the ability to improv. If there's issues or challenges, obstacles in the performance, because you've cultivated the work. Whereas if someone else experienced this, more so the person that's hating on you, if they were to experience this would stop everything completely. It would stop their whole performance. But because you have actually done the work, cultivated the characteristics, this is like something that you can work through. You know, if something goes wrong during the performance, you know how to improv because of the skills that you've cultivated. This other person, they can't even get on stage. Then we have the Seven of Cups coming out in reverse. This is the second to last card that has come out underneath the Strength card. Things that are addressing people's, like, they have something to pick with you. And then we have the last card that came out under the Strength card, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, people are feeling the weight of having missed the opportunity or not being able to contain the blessings that have fallen upon them. I see someone just feeling really stupid. I just see somebody feeling really stupid. Trying to figure out what this Seven of Cups in reverse is about. The Seven of Cups is speaking to a scarcity mindset. Um, Whereas people were trying to, through hating on you and projecting, they were trying to, and I'm hearing the word astonished, they were trying to imply that the gap between them and you was opportunity when it was many more other things, many more elements to that than that. So people are just saying like, man, these people like are fanning over this other person. Like, I'm more skilled than this person. I'm like, I could do that too. And they're trying to say like, if people would just like, I'm seeing somebody like trying to chalk it up to people not being woke, or like trying to like invite this aspect of morale into it. So it's kind of like, even though you do have morale, you do have integrity, you do have, the character to contain what it is that they feel like they should have gotten, you shouldn't. They're trying to say like, they're trying to say like, I'm seeing someone saying like, it's a matter of opportunity. Like, oh, I don't have the money that this person has to do this. Like, some people don't have the money to do this. And people understand that. People are like, yeah, people, not everybody has the money to do that. And then it's just like, spiritual team solves that problem and you still can't do it. How embarrassing. That's the energy. That's the energy. So spiritual team is really like making clear. Like, spiritual team is helping everybody make clear what the real separation is. And this reminds me of a conversation that I seen Will Smith having, where he was explaining to his son, like, it was something like Will Smith's son, I forgot his name, Jaden, was like, he was like a B student or something like that. And he was like, I could be an A student. I could have got an A if I wanted to. And Will Smith was bringing up, like, he said, you think, and a lot of people think that the distance between being a B student and being an A student is just like, oh, you just didn't try. But in reality, there is a lot of work that has to be done in order to get that 10-point difference. We think, oh, if I just tried, but it's something about the work ethic. It's something about the skills. It's something about the integrity. It's something about the character, the work ethic. I probably said that already, but our spiritual team really wants us to understand it's something about the inner workings that we do, the cultivation of, that really carries us over, that really separates us from the other person. And the word improv again. Can you can you pivot? Can you pivot obstacles, or are you gonna allow that to derail you? I'm hearing from your purpose. from the task, from accomplishing. So I'm seeing someone saying like, I could do that interview, I could do that, but then they're easily distracted because they haven't built the tolerance to be able to 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 pivot, to handle the challenges that come, because it's not just the blessing, it's the challenges that come with the blessing as well. That spiritual team knows that we need to be aware of, and we need to be able to handle. And that's why they don't always drop our blessings when we want them to. And a message that came out in one of my previous readings a long time ago is like, we think we're waiting on our spiritual team, but our spiritual team is waiting on us. That's the sad part. We think that we're like waiting on them. When? Why not me? But spiritual team is like, we're waiting on you to like get your stuff together. So going back to this, like someone has been planning to move, then they get presented an opportunity to move, which our spiritual team really don't be trying to do it to us. They be like, we really trying to save you. We really trying to spare you. But then they drop it on us. Oh, I didn't get my passport. Oh, my driver license is expired. Oh, like somebody won a new car or is being presented a new car, but they haven't done something that has to do with, what is required to even have a car. All someone else needs to do is be able to get an oil change, and they can't do that. How sad. That's the energy. Okay. So we had the Seven of Cups. Someone tried to throw this pity party for themselves and for everyone else around them, that the only distance between why you are getting what you are getting and why they haven't had the opportunities that they haven't had is because someone hasn't given it to them, and then spiritual team solves that problem for them and they still can't get up off the ground. They say they can't fuck. They say they don't fuck with me, but I say they can't fuck with me. Yeah, so awkward. Kendrick Lamar and his songs, how he be like, love that. Like, nigga. Okay, so on the right of the spread, we have the Eight of Coins. I like that part in one of his songs where he's like, now tell me why you you feel like you deserve to be the greatest of all time, motherfucker. That's the energy. Now tell me why. And there's this very persistent energy that's trying to come across to me, that is wanting to be reiterated, that we try to tell lies to people, try to tell lies to themselves all the time, but then there's other things that scream at them. And the things that we're screaming at them is your actions, the mere fact that you have the audacity to claim what you're meant to claim, to go after what you're meant to go after, to go on the journey anyway, to try. That's screaming at them. Like, we can tell people stuff, but our actions speak louder. That's screaming at them. The fact that they're being presented an opportunity that they weren't expecting, that they were unprepared for, is screaming at them. And then the fact that when they went back to their car and they try to, let me see, I can go across country if I wanted to. I could run that race if I wanted to. And then they try to go to the track and run, or they try to go to the gym. You lost all this weight, you fully transform your body. And so it's like, I can do that if I wanted to, after they finish trying to like demolish your character, or say like, oh, they just had the opportunity to do that. I can't do that because I got 3 kids, and I have a husband, and I have to do this and all these things, that like this aspect of morale where someone is like, someone's trying to chalk it up to, oh, you're single, that's why you could do it. Oh, you don't have the obligations that I have, that's why you could do it. and then somehow, some way, these challenges, these obstacles that they supposedly have, they're relieved of them in some way, or they're presented an opportunity, as in someone gives them a free gym membership for the next year, and they just don't have the work ethic and the consistency to keep up with it. So it's just like someone actually blesses them because of their complaining, but they're not able to follow through on it. What happened? Oh no, what happened? What you mean? So yeah, I'm seeing someone wanting to go to the gym, but they still couldn't. They should have been taking notes. That's me. That's what that was. They should have been taking notes. So yeah, that energy of someone put, like when people hate, they choose to put so much energy into hating on that person, and they should have been using that energy to cultivate the skills that they needed to get for the blessings they said that they never get. Then they would have been prepared. I'm screaming in my head because on the right of the spread we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is indeed the work ethic that you have, that this reading is for, that you've been cultivating, um, that we've been talking about. This is that character, that work ethic, that you honing your skills, you putting time, energy, and effort into your craft, you believing in yourself, you writing down your goals, wishes, hopes, and desires, whatever that looks like, where you took those steps that people really wanted to take away from you. I see people wanting to pull from under you. And I also see people understanding and seeing where they're coming from. That's the energy. People actually understand, like, yeah, I can understand, like, everybody don't have the money. Yeah, I understand. Everybody don't have the freedom to do this. Yeah, I understand. Like, they're making logical explanations, or the people that they're talking this to, that they're trying to like convince that the reason why you can have this and why they don't, or why they deserve it and you don't, they understand where they're coming from. But then they get humbled with all the things that we just talked about. Okay, so underneath this Eight of Pentacles, that is your work ethic, character, integrity, we have the Seven of Wands. And this came out in the resistant position. The Seven of Wands can speak to someone kind of like being caught off guard. These people have woke up today and decided we're going to go up there and we're going to confront this person, but we need 5 of us to do it because we can't do it on our own. And this person is kind of like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't no bitch. I'm gonna like kind of stand up to this person, or like, why all 5 of these people have to come at me, against me? So you may be feeling bombarded by people's projections, opinions, the fact that they brought this crowd of people, like they've actually convinced these people that you're not the one. And this was a energy that we talked about before in many readings ago of um I forgot already. It'll come back up. Dang it. It'll come back up. Then we have the Queen of Wands coming out. So it's like you've been presented an opportunity and you're just taking advantage of it. That's your only crime. You're being presented something. It's kind of like, you know how sometimes people can be presented something or gifted something and how they shy away from it, or like when someone gives a compliment to someone else and they can't hold it, they don't have the container. So this is someone healthfully being able to take a compliment. This is someone healthfully being able to accept an opportunity. So the way Kendrick is, like in his song, I deserve it all. I deserve it all. Imagine someone presenting someone an opportunity and they're like, oh no, oh no. You're just like, yes, 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 I am. So our spiritual team is also reiterating the importance of us as they're bringing to our attention what separates us from the rest. That when we are being presented this opportunity, that we have the courage and we have the level of self-love required to say, yes, I accept. Yes, I accept I'm doing this. Yes, I know who I am. So that energy is coming up with the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Five of Coins in reverse. With the Five of Coins coming out, there is this aspect of ourselves that is kind of like a little weary. It is a little worried, or it may be a little bit distracted by these people creating a crowd outside. Okay, so that's what I was forgetting. These people created a crowd outside. Okay, so it's like when people badmouth you, they're actually bringing you customers. There was this idea that I've seen other spiritual people talking about of like people will go out of their way to talk smack about you, people that otherwise wouldn't even known who you were or didn't even like care about what you were talking about. So also it's giving cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. People are like bringing so much attention to her that it's like the people that noticed her and like that the people who noticed her, but the people that are hating on her, it's actually bringing her more people. So it's just like leads in sales. If you worked in sales, everybody knows how important leads are. They might buy from you, they might not, but you have their attention for a short period of time. What can you do with these people's attention? That's the energy. So a lot of people have put their energy, energy, and effort into talking about you, and low key they didn't realize that they were marketing for you whole time, and what they didn't account for is how you would deliver. That's the energy. What they did not account for is the fact that you would deliver. So we could be in this energy of like, oh no, like we can be in this energy of like, oh, I'm hearing cop out, but there was this energy. Someone that I was reading for was saying that she went to a family reunion and this other person was like, you're just so bougie. You're just so bougie. And they was like looking them up and down. And this person that I was doing a reading for was telling me that like they went into this energy immediately like, I'm not bougie, like I'm not trying to be bougie. I'm not. And I was explaining to this person that that is how someone gets you out of their power. They are trying to trigger within you, like make you reiterate yourself. Maybe you didn't do it like the way that you dress or the way that you are. Maybe you're not doing it with the intention that I am bougie, but by you saying like, oh, like they want you to backtrack and they want you to tell them, they want you to tell them that you don't think that you're all that. So instead, why don't you just kind of like own it? If that's how you perceive me because I dress myself a certain type of way, like if that's how you interpret it, maybe that's not a word that I identify with. Maybe that's not, my intention or how I'm trying to come across, but it still boils down to the fact that I am carrying myself in a way, and you are kind of telling on yourself that you could take it as like, oh, I'm bougie, or you could take it as like, oh, you are someone that carries yourself in a way that you think highly of yourself. Okay, so there's this energy of someone wanting you to, they want to like, you think you all that. I mean, I didn't necessarily, but like now that you bring it to my attention, I really am. So that's the energy. So like there's this energy of owning it. I own who I am. I own my desires. I own my inclinations. I own my character. I own my personality. That's the energy. Also, I didn't realize that my music had stopped, and I'm not sure why it did. Hold on. So definitely don't shy away from. Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. Just have to do without the music for now. For now. Yeah, so people are gonna call you out on something. It may not be like the best words or terms to describe you, but yet and still it still stands. So this may be a challenge or opportunity for us to own who we are. So it's giving like you think you know everything. Maybe you don't think you know everything, but like spiritual team wants us to be able to say like I know enough about this topic. Like I'm very well versed in this. Yes. Yes. I know enough to know this. Yes. So there's this owning energy. Um yeah. So 5 of coins. We may be inclined to am I am I overflated? Do I think too much of myself? No. You good. Then we have the 3 of wands coming out in reverse. And these are all coming out under the 8 of coins, this work ethic, this character that we and whoever this reading has been for building. Also, I have recently opened my books, so you guys can book me for a reading if your heart so desires, if my readings resonate with you, through the website, the link in the bio, or the comment section below. We have the 8 of wands as well. What's this about? I'm trying to remember. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the 8 of wands was in the traditional tarot. It's the sticks that are going down, like as in communication or movement. 3 of wands in reverse. All this conversation around you, all this questioning, all this people talking, and then actually bringing a crowd towards you kind of destabilizes us a little bit. Makes us wonder, like, what am I doing? Like, even when me doing these readings sometimes, or like when I do a reading and a past loved one comes through and brings a very beautiful and intricate and very complex message. Sometimes at night when I go to sleep, I'll think about the fact that I'm doing this and I'll become cringe, or I'll become like, I'll start to feel like, damn, like, am I crazy? Like, why do I feel like I could do this? Like, why do I feel like I could, like, what if it is in my head that this past loved one came across and delivered this whole mess? Like, the message is way too deep to even really think that. But sometimes I will get in my head and be like, can I really do this? Is this real? Should I be doing this? That type of self-doubt is that's kind of the energy that's coming up. And then also there's this energy of like, it is real. And in me realizing that it is real, me feeling cringe about the fact that I am able to do that. And it's kind of like, people think I'm crazy. Like, So there's this energy of realizing your dreams. Um, so at the beginning of the reading, we were talking about with the Ten of Cups, people are like feeling like you have the audacity to do that. And then also we talked about how people are like, we talked about people say like, you can't fly. Nobody's ever flown. It's already been proven. Like there's literally articles about how we're not designed to fly. And then you prove through your actions that you can fly. And now people are like, can I fly? Like they're trying to pull leverages on themselves. They're trying to press buttons. They go back to their car. They're trying to start their engine. I could do that. And then they're quickly realizing that they, they could have had they cultivated, but they can't because they haven't. So it's going back to that energy of with the Three of Wands. Um, Whoever this reading is for, is like reflecting on the fact like now you're like first it was just a dream, a desire, and you followed it. First it was just a calling and you followed it. Maybe at first when you're in yourself you didn't necessarily think about how big your dream, wish, hope, desire was, but other people, that's the first thing that hit them when you talked about it. That was the first thing that hit them when they saw you trying to strive for it, that that's too big. You can't do that. So you want to go to Hollywood? You think you're going to be on the big screen? You think you're going to be in one of the major movies out? Like you think that you're going to go to this audition? Like you think you're going to perform at the Super Bowl? Like why do you think that? Like there's this energy of like audacity. And so spiritual is bringing up like when you were going for that, you didn't really think about it, like you were just following a desire. Like I would love to be on a runway. I would love to be in a movie. I would love to, perform in front of these people. You were just kind of like going, you weren't thinking about like you weren't necessarily thinking about the distance between you and that. You were just thinking about the desire that you had. But that's the first thing that other people were thinking about. They were thinking about nobody in our town has done this, nobody has done that. They were thinking about the distance. But what they weren't thinking about was the distance between the character cultivated between you and them, because as soon as they saw you striving for it, all of a sudden they want to talk about how they deserve it and you don't. What they should have been looking at is the distance between you and them, the character built, cultivated. That's what they should have been, not the distance between you and your dreams. That's where they fucked up. Okay? That's what I'm talking about for myself too, when I'm able to even articulate or understand these concepts. When I go back, when I lay my head down and I be thinking like, so yeah, period, period. So yeah, like the video if you receive this message. Underneath these cards that I've described that um, went underneath this 8 of coins that is representing your character and integrity. Okay, with the 8 of wands, I didn't reiterate that like spiritual team is like wanting us to go with it. So there's this energy of acceptance. So if you're listening to Kendrick Lamar, his I Deserve It All song, I've used that as an affirmation for myself. I listen to like, even just listen to the way he says it. I deserve it all. So when we're being, whoever this reading is for, when we're being presented this opportunity that others are not happy about, that others are disgruntled about, that others want to go out of their way to try to prove or verbalize to others that we don't deserve it, our spiritual team wants us to accept it. We have been presented the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl in our own metaphorical way, spiritual way, and our spiritual team wants us to understand it. Like accept it. I mean, our spiritual team wants us to be in this energy, this mental space, that we accept that opportunity, because we've cultivated all the, like these other people can't do what we can, because they turned their engine lights on, their check lights on. They never got their tires rotated, so they couldn't if they wanted to. That's what spiritual team is bringing to their and our awareness. You couldn't if you wanted to. You say you don't fuck with me, bitch. Who said that you could? Who said that you could? So spiritual team is bringing that up, and this is the energy that comes through when I say we don't have to really get involved. Like, when we're getting to the energy of revenge, people have done us wrong. We don't really have to do anything. That's what our spiritual team want us to understand. We don't have to touch anything. We don't have to get our hands dirty. They'll do it for us. Mm. Okay, so underneath those cards that came out under the integrity, the 8 of coins, underneath those cards, we have the five of swords. Five of swords is energy where like people really want to get at you. People really want to get at you. Bad, heavy. People want to talk shit bad, and they have. And that's exactly why her spiritual team let them. So like when we're in this energy, like if you've ever experienced like a group of people talking bad about you, talking negatively about you, whether it's in the workplace, family member, friends, acquaintances, like they're hating on you, and a lot of times we'll be in that energy of like, dang, why my spiritual team let that happen? Like, dang, why God don't, we feel like God don't have our back? Like, why are we having to go through this? They're bringing us customers, they're bringing us customers, they're bringing us clients, they're bringing us leads, they're bringing us uh, prospects. That's work that we don't have to do. um, they're bringing it to us. And this is coming out the Five of Swords in reverse, because people really want to get at you and quickly learning that they can't, because they're being presented through their bickering, they're being presented the same opportunities or different opportunities, and they can't even hold it. Imagine someone y'all both on the street. This is hilarious. Kendrick Lamar was like Kendrick Lamar was like, fuck. Oh, I love his attitude is so savage, because you could tell he's one of those people like, I really don't even try to fuck with nobody. I really don't even be trying to disturb nobody. But since you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. He said, I hate when he was like, I hate when a hoe or a bitch or like a hoe is hating on another hoe and they both hoes or something like that. I hate when a nigga hating on another nigga and y'all both broke. It's that energy. That is the energy. That is the energy. I hate when this person is hating on this person, yo, and y'all both like y'all in the same category. Like why? But more so for me, and in this reading, it's more like people really want to smoke with you, but they're not even prepared to go to war. So also I was getting this energy of the analogy that triggered that was like two homeless people. There's two homeless people, and then one of the homeless persons is getting assistance from someone else, so their cup is getting filled. They asked for water, and the other person gave it to them freely, but they have this self-belief that other people have adopted, that you shouldn't help the homeless because that further enables them. This homeless person has internalized that. So when they see another homeless person having the audacity to ask for help, to ask for their cup to be filled, and the other person that they come across fills it without question, fills it without any type of making them feel bad about it or anything, they just filled it, and it boils down to the fact that they actually want that also, but they don't have a cup. And the other person did. So you hating on this other person, You're trying to shame them and make them feel like they shouldn't have the audacity to be helped, but the other person is helping them willfully and happily. And now, like they're even open to like, oh, did you want some? And they don't even have a cup for them to pour into. That's the energy. That's the spiritual energy. Yep. Period. So with the Five of Swords, it's kind of like people really want to get at you, but they can't. They don't have the means. There's this energy of like, we're talking about rappers, rap battles. It's like this person, I'm better than this person. I'm better than that. I'm more skilled. But then it's like them being presented an opportunity to battle it out with that person, like engage in a rap battle, and they choke. They forgot their lines. They they don't they get caught off guard by a commentary that this other person, like they haven't done enough training in their daily regular lives that would have prepared, like the obstacles that we go through, they prepare us for the blessings that we're meant to have. But because they haven't been like, people want to people have not battled any other time in their life. They've shied away from sharp opportunities that allow them to sharpen their knives. People have not wanted to do anything, but they only want to do it when it comes to you. They only wanna they only wanna argue when it comes to you. They only wanna go toe to toe when it comes to you. But they forgot all the small other battles that help build the character needed to require to be able to be at the Super Bowl. So like you've been missing practices. You've been fucking off scrimmages. You've been blowing off actual games because you say it's not the playoffs. It doesn't matter. It's not the playoffs anyway. Who cares? These things don't matter, but they do. That's the energy. So when we're going back to Eight of Coins, integrity, character. What are you doing when nobody's watching? What do you what does your work ethic, your practice look like when you think that they don't matter? When you thought that they didn't matter? What did you do with the time when you thought that it didn't matter? That's what separates you, the person this reading is for, versus the others that are hating on you. Period. Seven of Swords. Yep. Mm. This Seven of Swords is people falling on their own knives. Seven of Swords in reverse. People choking on their own words. Damn. People falling victim to their own circumstance that they created for themselves. That energy of people being presented an opportunity that somebody was hating on someone else because like, I could do hair like that. People are literally fanning over this other person that does hair. Ooh, I want her to do my hair. I want her to do my. I could do that. I could do that, but then they don't even they didn't save up their money, so they didn't even have the usually it's like you have to bring your own hair, but maybe the industry is changing. For this scenario, it was like they don't even have the hair. They don't even have the hair to do, or they don't have the tools to do this person's hair. But you've been talking about how you been talking about you can do that too, but you don't even have the equipment to do my hair. And I know hair is like you can use your hands to do it, but there's also something about like maybe the tools you needed to do the hair, like that person doesn't even have that. So it's kind of like I also see we were talking about earlier, like someone having to call back this person that offered them an opportunity and tell them that they can't do it or they can't make it, as in they can't travel there. So in regards to the hair scenario, there's also this like this person has talked shit about this other person so much that the people that wanted to get their hair done by this other person, they realize that they're so booked or they can't do it in the time frame that they needed their hair done. So they entertain this person that's been saying like, I can do that, I can do that. And then they're like, oh girl, can you do my hair? You're like, yeah girl, I got you, I can do that, I can do that. Next week, they set an appointment and everything. Whole time, this person is using that whole week leading up to the appointment to try to get they're trying to scramble and get their stuff together, and they wait until like 2 days a day before to really like admit to themselves, even though they've been trying to pull things together, that they can't. It's too short notice. And that's simply because they tried to get the money together to get the tools that they needed to do it. But there is also this element that even if they did have the money to get this, or someone gifted them with the tools to do it, it's like when you buy new tools, especially whether it's hair clippers or anything, it's like you kind of need practice. Like you kind of need to know how sharp. Like I didn't realize that the clippers cut this sharp. There is this learning. There's this improvisation that the person who actually has the integrity that was awarded this opportunity in the first place, that this person was hating on, if they were to have gotten those clippers, they would know how to kind of like navigate it. Maybe they would be taken off guard by, ooh, I didn't know like exactly that the clippers cut like this, but I have enough knowledge to be able to navigate it. Like there's two folds, there's two steps that distance this. They don't have the money to they go out and buy the tools needed, required to do this person's hair, but also there's this learning curve with the product that they got to do it as well, that they were not ready for. And that's something that they didn't account for when they're doing this hair. So perhaps someone does get that far where the person is sitting in their chair. Ooh, it's not going to be the same, and the client's going to be able to identify this as well. Like the client's not going to be happy with their results. They're going to be like, this is what I asked for and this is what I got. It's going to be very embarrassing. And that's if they get that far. But there are other things that are required, that this person needs. We talked about this person not having created the space in their home, even if they didn't have a shop, because they were like, not everybody has a shop. Okay, there's people that's working out of their homes too, but oh, surprise, surprise, you haven't created that space either. Oh, that person doesn't deserve all these donations. People are just sending them $50 for that. People are sending them $60 for that. People are sending them $10 for that. Oh, I would like to send, because I understand what you're saying, and I seen what you have done thus far. I would like to send you $20. Uh, 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 damn, shoot, what's my cash app? Damn, damn, my phone's not on. Damn, I don't have internet. Could you, can I use your phone to log in? Um, I don't really feel comfortable with you logging into my phone. It's that type of energy, like the unpreparedness. That's the energy. So people are choking on their own words. People are falling on their own knives. People are like, people are choked up, bruh. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. People are missing the wave. You need me? People are missing the wave. People are missing the train. We're going back to that example of someone is being presented a free ride, but they don't even have their ideas expired. They didn't even prepare. They didn't do what they needed to do in the time space that they had to even be prepared to accept this opportunity in the first place. So with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, it's kind of like they missed the wave, they missed the cycle. And I will see this, I see there will be a time where they're trying to kind of like re-trigger this thing to happen. This is something that I'm hearing one-off. This was a one-off opportunity, and now they just have to, they missed it. But I see them trying to provoke it again, because when they were talking all that, they wasn't expecting someone to turn around and say, "Oh, yeah," to take them up off on their offer. So now that that time has passed and they were unprepared, they missed that opportunity. I see them later trying to talk that back up again. But no, it don't work like that. You missed your opportunity. That is the Wheel of Fortune. Wait your turn, bitch. Wait your turn, bitch. Yeah. So then we have the Six of Coins. Aww. Somebody had a hole in their pocket. I'm hearing gift and I'm hearing receive. Wow. Someone is not in a position, in a place to receive. That's everything we've been talking about. Sad. Okay. On the far right of the spread, we have a couple of cards, about 5 cards, and it was coming out in the choice point or the resistant position. So let's see. In the resistant position, we have, okay, so these are on the side of the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands in reverse, where I was hearing self-neglect now, where we're kind of like questioning ourselves, like, dang, we didn't realize how big. So it's giving Disney, like, when people just, whoever this reading is for, first decided to answer the call, when they first decided to follow their desires, they didn't just think of it as this skyscraper of a thing, but that goes back to showing like how people can see our gifts, people can see our light before we do, and how sometimes they'll project in attempts to pull us back down. Like, we didn't, maybe the person who created Disney didn't know how far it was going to go, or that it was going to like really take off the way that it, in which it did. And maybe when they said it to the person listening, felt like, you can't do that. Like, that's like, I don't know, like, that's really big. Like, who do you think you are to think that something like that could take off or happen? That type of energy. On the right of that, we have the Devil card coming out in the resistant position. The 6 of Wands coming out in the choice point position. It's the Devil card. Came out in the resistant position. And the 6 of Wands in the choice point position. So our spiritual team is saying, like, definitely claim this experience. Definitely own this experience. Walk through it. Perform this thing that you've been practicing on. Like, you're gonna come out on the other side like as a winner. So it's very important to like have this worthiness. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy, and any other affirmations related to worthiness. and related to being able to accept. I accept the blessings that are available to me. I accept the blessings that are available to me. I accept the opportunities that are available to me. I am capable. I am capable. That type of energy. Because we're basically going to have to walk through. We're going to be called to walk through as the winners that we are. I'm hearing the word snubbed. This is coming out in the resistant position. This is what the other people are experiencing. Their lights are going to get put out. Something is going to blow out their own candles. They were talking shit. This is what they were trying to do to you actually, but this is a result of them putting themselves in a position. So these people that was just like trying to say, her designs ain't even all that. He ain't even really doing nothing. I could do that too. And then they put themselves in front of an audience and then and then other people are like, I'm seeing something about basketball. Like somebody plays street basketball and everybody is like really talking them up. Like, I don't know, this person could be in the NBA. Like they're bringing light about it. There's been so much talk about like, man, this person is really, really good at what they do. Like they could actually go somewhere. Like the hype is building more and more. And this other person is like, man, I could do that. Like it ain't nothing but a little street basketball. Like so like, and then there's just this energy of like, people have been talking about them so much that people that actually have power and authority to, like an agent basically, to like get them on a platform, and in the midst of them talking negatively about it, the other people that actually like felt what they were saying or felt like there might be some kind of, I'm hearing context clues, there might be some substance to what they're saying, so they actually like take them up on their offer, or they actually like, yeah, you right though, and then they want to see what they can do on the court, and then they don't deliver, and they're like, no, this is not what I was, no, that ain't it. So also with the hair analogy, someone actually takes them up on their offer, and if they even get to the point where the client is sitting in their seat, if they're reluctant to admit to themselves that they're not prepared for the opportunity and they push through it anyway, the person that was hating, they follow through and they try to put what they can together. Yeah, same thing. And the client's looking in the mirror like, nah, this ain't the same. Nah, this ain't. And they're trying to, because they paid for this, they're trying to change their perception of, because this is their hair. Like they actually have stake in it. Like they actually care. They want it to look like what they want it. And that's the killer thing. That's what also makes it sad. Like they want it to work. And they're in the mirror like, I mean, I could see where you were going with it, but something about, I don't really know. I don't have, like, I'm not the expert. Like I don't really know what the difference is. It's like tasting somebody's pie. I can make that pie. I can make that cake. I can make that muffin. Everybody's talking about her muffins. Everybody's talking about her cookies. Everybody's talking about cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Everybody's talking about, I can cook that for you. So, and it don't look the same. It don't taste the same. It don't feel the same. The texture is off. An ingredient was missing. The environment, the atmosphere is not giving. That's what our spiritual team wants us to take with us, whoever this reading is for. How embarrassing. How bruh, dead, dead. And that's why there's a you, they tried to blow out your candle, and the universe gave them what they was asking for. That's hilarious. Okay, so at the bottom right of the spread, underneath all these cards we just talked about, we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. And this is coming out in the choice point position because this is a divine intervention. This is a divine blessing that our spiritual team is dropping on us. So we've been working underground, whatever the skill, this hope, wish, dream, wish, talent that we have, whoever this reading is for, that we've been cultivating and we've actually been putting time, energy, and effort into. We've been exercising integrity, work ethic, and then our spiritual team is dropping the bag, and it's coming out in the choice point position because the only thing that we need to focus on right now is our worthiness. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. Our knowingness in this is a huge part of us being able to walk into what we deserve. I deserve it all. That's the only thing we need to focus on right now, our worthiness. I deserve it all. So in regards to the capability of your skills to follow through on it. Follow through on it. You can do it. Someone is offering like, oh yeah, my cousin can do that. My cousin can do that. My cousin can do that. Yeah. He do that. He do that. That's what he does. Like he be putting mad time in. All you need to do is believe in your ability to follow through on that. Yep. So, the beginning of this reading, the first card that came, the under the deck undercurrent energy was temperance. So there's definitely more to be said about this. Temperance. Weathering the storm, the ability to move forward regardless of the distractions that is coming through in the form of other people that are not you, that feel like they should have what you have or what is being presented to you, talking shit, like not being distracted by that, knowing your worth regardless of that, being steadfast. I've been practicing the affirmation, I'm too focused. I'm too focused. I'm too focused, or anything related to that. Like you have decided for yourself that you're not gonna, you are able to, you are able to identify distractions. This was a concept that came up in a few readings ago, maybe 2 or 3 readings ago, of like being able to identify a distraction, knowing a distraction when you see it. Someone try to throw jabs in, make commentaries, like, will you entertain it? Will you let them trick you out your position? Or will you stay focused on what you're doing? Will you get sidetracked? Temperament. Yeah, it's just temperaments on like following through, knowing what you came here to do, knowing what's important to you. If people try to cut your legs, like, oh, like, you're 40 years old, like why you're trying to graduate, you're trying to go back to school, or you've already been in school. It's just like mm, mm, people like think it's up to them. People think it's up to them because they can't see it. It can't happen for you, to you, by you, because of you. People think that they're the deciding factor. Bitch, who said that you could? Mm, I don't know. I do. I know. I know is an affirmation that I've been working on as well. I know. So that could be beneficial for you. What do you know? What does your soul know? What does the inner you know? What does your higher self know? when you're deciding to follow your dreams, hopes, wishes, and desires. And I'm hearing calling. Yeah. So going back to some of the cards that came out in the beginning of the spread, Ten of Cups, your dreams, wishes, hopes, and desires, and your willingness to follow them, answer that call. Underneath that was the Hermit. Something about doing that is underground. It's very much looking yourself in the mirror. It can be very cringe, but you are walking through that anyway because you believe in yourself. You're test you're testing the waters, you're walking through the waters, not testing, you're what is it called? You're managing the waters, like you're what is it when someone is on a boat? They're they're handling the waters. They're I forgot the term what of it was, but it's like it takes a skilled person to be able to navigate through the waters when the waves are crashing or whatever the thing is. Like people see you on a boat. I can get on a boat too. All you gotta do is pedal like this. I'm strong. Like this person, like they may be buff too, they may be bigger than you. The analogy of a model, somebody wants to be a model, but there's someone else that they feel like I'm taller than you, so I'm automatically have an advantage over you. But also it's like, why do you even think that you could do that when you're not even the required height? But spiritual team is like, why do you think that the height was the only requirement? That's the energy. Why did you think that height was the only requirement? They don't have the height, but they got the charisma, they have the follow through, they have the this. This person's like, why does he like her? I'm dressed way better than her. I have a 60-inch bust down. It's like somebody like they invested in the look, but not in the character, not in the follow through. Quit playing. Quit playing. So I'm going to shuffle to make sure there's no additional readings, but I also low-key feel like I'm ready to close. Like, it's been 2 hours at this point. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yes. Angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. I would like to close this reading. Is there anything else that we need to know in closing? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's going to take forever to upload. Like literally forever. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. People are feeling really petty about you. But it's just kind of like them needing to acknowledge that they really want this for themselves. They really wish it was them. That's what it's about. They really wish it was them. When they say, you can't do that, they really wish it was them. In reverse, we have the Page of Wands. This is you. You wrote it down. You visualized it. You set those coins aside. You set your pennies aside in a jar. You put your pennies in a jar, and now it's not just pennies. You invested in yourself. You spoke it out loud. You practiced. That's what these practices cultivated the distance between you. That's the distance between the A student and the B student. Discipline. At first it was just your little project. Now it's a big project. Knight of Swords came out in the choice point position. This is your skill. You wielded your skill. It was a choice. It still will continue to be a choice. The offer is never going to be taken off on the table. Whenever they're ready to do the work, whenever they're willing to do the work, it'll be there. It'll be there. They're ready, it'll be there. Whenever they want ready to do the work, it'll be there. And the overarching energy is like, this opportunity wasn't stolen from you. You stole it from yourself by not putting the work in. They really tried so hard to make it seem like you're getting something that they weren't. And then they were quickly humbled. Stay humble. Let's see. Also want to bring up that uh prior to the because I made so many Kendrick Lamar references, I've never been a fan of Kendrick Lamar, so I'm one of those prospects. I'm one of those leads. I've never just really just been drawn to him, but you cannot deny the work ethic, and um, that's the energy of this situation. Like, people that weren't even necessarily interested, or you weren't even in their auric field, like they didn't even know about you, and this person went out of their way to talk about you, and then they looked at you like, yeah, I see quality. Yeah, yeah, I would like that. Actually, that give me an idea. So that's the energy. Then we have the Eight of Swords. I think it came out in reverse, or it may have came out upright. I'm not sure, but I'm hearing the word. I'm not sure if that's the word indignant. Indignant. Gotta look that up. But yeah, people are realizing that the ship has sailed, that they missed their opportunity, the flight has taken off, and that they're gonna have to wait until the next round. So there's this energy of people being made aware that it could have been them. It couldn't have been them as in regards to your position, but they could have had their own opportunities. Um, so yeah, going back, and the killer thing is, like, the opportunity that they got wasn't even nowhere near as surmountable as what you were getting. So going back to this energy of like people witness, uh, people witness other people gravitating towards you, and that energy of like someone was getting a lot of donations, or people was cash apping them, they were PayPaling them, they were sending them money, and this person felt like these people shouldn't be sending this person all this money. And then they were upset about that. So to understand the distance, Kendrick Lamar got the opportunity to perform at a Super Bowl, and this person feels like they shouldn't have been given the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl, and then they get presented the opportunity to perform at a local venue or a local bar or something like that. And like we said earlier, they don't even have the means to get to that place or something like that. And it's kind of like you were presented a small little opening. They asked you to perform at this little hole in the wall that has maybe like 20 to 30 people there, and you couldn't even do that. So it's like, how did you think that you were supposed to be presented the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl? Like you couldn't even You couldn't even follow through on this local gig. So when we were talking about when you told these people your dreams, they thought it was too big. And then you got big rewards or big opportunities, or people want to give you grand things because you had big dreams, but you didn't even know you had big dreams. And they wanted to shut that down, and they felt like they deserved that. But then when they were presented a much, much, much smaller opportunity, they couldn't even follow through on that. And it was way smaller than what you were being presented. Someone wanted to cash app them $20 and they weren't even prepared to receive it. Yeah. Oh, do you have cash? No, I don't have no cash on me. Uh, uh, you got Wi-Fi? Let me use your Wi-Fi. Let me use your Wi-Fi. Damn, I don't even remember my password. Damn. They can't even log into their Cash App. And this is the distance between you and this person. Like, you probably already have, like, you're not accepting like Cash App. You have like maybe a whole platform where people can make a payment with their credit cards or whatever the case. You've established that for yourself. They can't even accept. You don't remember your Cash App password. You don't remember your PayPal. Like, oh, you been ain't getting money, huh? I could tell you. Hold on. Let me reset my password. If you don't get the out my face, if you don't get the F out my face, bro. That's embarrassing. Four of Cups. I keep hearing the word distilled, and I would like to look at the definition so I could have more context for what's trying to come through. Oh, distilled. So it's like something about like your work, your skill, your talent. It's been cultivated. It's been refined. It's been curated. The work ethic, the steps that you've made. Maybe you did start off and have a PayPal, but now you have a platform where now you have the money to invest where you can take payments in a more professional manner or something like that. It's something like that. Um, Distilled, like it's refined. When we were talking about that analogy of like you finished, if you did manage to get that far, which you had to push through your ego to do that because you really had no business trying to do this person's hair or convincing this person that you could do the same style. In the first place, you had no business trying to convince them, but they took you up on your offer, and they taste the wine, they taste the drink. I can make that. I can make you a cake. You convince somebody that you can make a cake for their birthday. You know how like that's the energy of like, you know how people don't play about Thanksgiving. You may have seen it like, we told you not to experiment with the macaroni on Thanksgiving. We told you not to experiment with the macaroni on Thanksgiving. This is not the time to experiment. This is not the time to experiment. The people that are unprepared, you're gonna have to eat that. And if you don't eat that or accept that or acknowledge that because you're so stuck in this mindset, this perspective that this person is getting something that you deserve when you don't actually deserve that and they actually do, you're gonna embarrass yourself. But this is not for who this reading is for. So this Four of Cups is balance, integrity, stabilization. Like I said, the hiccups that are and the challenges, the obstacles that are going to come with the blessing, because blessings do come with responsibility. Someone gives you a new home, you have to pick up the property tax on it. Someone gives you a new car, you are going to have to get the oil change. You are going to have to pick up insurance on it. You are going to have to, you know, be able to maintain it. This is speaking to are you able to maintain the blessings and the opportunities being presented to you? And the person that this reading is for is and will be able to. But the person who has been hating on that person will not be able to weather that storm, overcome those obstacles because they didn't cultivate the character, the skill. They did not wield their skill. They haven't put in enough practice. Period. And then with the cups coming through is speaking to why the first card came out temperance. Um, like you have to be tempered. Like you know that when you have to perform, when you're backstage, that anxiety that you have, people are slowly starting to realize that when our body have these emotions, it's not a stop sign. It's an invitation from our body for further communication. So our body is communicating to us that I'm scared, I'm frightened, I'm worried. Can I do this? Can I do it? And with our body communicating that to us, like we can take that and we can acknowledge it and we can still walk through it. We can still push through it. But someone else that haven't been putting in the work ethic, they'll be backstage and they'll forget their lines. We got this energy of someone in a rap battle. Oh, they talk so much shit that like people actually started to listen and be like, he got a point, he got a point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, this person that he's trying to bring down, my man's wanna rap battle you. Yeah, my man's wanna rap battle you. And so like, you know, they go into the rap battle and what's the name couldn't hold up. What's the name couldn't hold up. And it's very disappointing for the people that believed him that he could. Okay, so right of the spread we have 2 of Wands in reverse. They don't know where to begin. They this very embarrassing thing set them back, or they set them own selves back because they were not able to deliver. It's giving like when they finish the client's hair, the client's like they're just quiet, they're silent. What do you think? What do you think? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because remember, the client wants it to work out because they paid for it. They actually have an event to go to. Mm. We all know how that feels. Then they go back. They pull up. They pull up the. Well, I really wanted. They didn't deliver. So yeah. Ooh. Okay. So the magician card coming out in reverse. They try to. I'm hearing swindle. They try to like get people on their side, or they try to diverge. I'm not sure if I'm using that word right. But they're trying to derail people from you, away from you, and also brought attention to themselves, and then found out that they couldn't perform. So it was giving oh what a web type of energy. Four of Swords. Um, yeah, this is definitely giving like Drake vibes. Like, yeah, you gonna have to eat that. Like, yeah, you gonna have to take that L, bro. The way that the swords are like nailed to the coffin. That's the type of energy. And it's not that they're doomed forever. We all learn from our experiences and do better, but it's kind of like it's undeniable. Like there's not. Mm, I mean, she had him at one point. I'm thinking of a fight now. You know when someone gets into a fight after they started it, they provoked it, they triggered it, and then they get their ass beat, and then they kind of wanna. Their friends, even the ones that believe in them, kind of wanna like spin it like it was a tie, but like it really wasn't a tie. Like they trying like did not execute, but you're gonna have to take this L though. It's undeniable. They had you at this angle, and then when they said this, then I was like, man. And then the way that they spent that, it's just like they like there's a science to how they whipped you, and people are studying it and taking note of, and then there's highlights. Oh baby, that's the energy. That's the energy. Period. 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 This is a very nice reading. Very glad that I did this. If you resonate with this message, like the message so I know that the message was received, visit my website, which will be in the comment section below, if you'd like to learn more about my readings, and if you would like to book a personal reading with me. Also, if you'd like to contribute to my readings, you can do so by through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and you can also contribute to my readings by visiting my Amazon wish list. So that's pretty much it. I do want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.